right, y'all. We on again, y'all, for another Sunday. It's a pleasure to be here, a blessing to be here before y'all. I want y'all to know, man, even though I come out here and talk to y'all, you guys don't understand that you are a blessing to me. You are truly a blessing to me. Trust me that you are. I don't care what you've been through in your life. We talked about that. I don't care. I don't, because I did some stuff. I've told you that. You know, we've been through that, and I'm sure all of us in this room has did something we wasn't proud of, you know, coming up. So that's fine, man. That's not a big deal. And the reason I say that you all are a true blessing to me is because one of the things that I have one of the things I wanted to accomplish is to be able to come out here and impart in y'all life. This is not about money for me. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was just about the money, I got speaking engagements out of town right now, want me to come 5, 10,000, 15, 20,000, you know. I'm going to get there. I'll get there. But my thing is I want to start in my backyard. You know, I live in St. Louis, you know, and I'm sure y'all know St. Louis is one of the roughest states, according to statistics. That St. Louis is one of the roughest states for crime and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I live in this state. You know, it's people scared to come to St. Louis. Did y'all know that? Today, it's still people scared to drive through St. Louis, you know, because of how rough they really think it is. But it ain't no rougher than no other state. You know, Chicago probably next in terms of like murders and crime and all that kind of stuff. You know, but then they don't understand the oppression that's on St. Louis, that's on Chicago, and all the stuff that's going on. And I know that because I go to church in Chicago, like twice a month. Me and my wife drive there for church because I found a ministry there that's talking the real. You get a lot of pastors, and like I said, I don't pastor bash or nothing like that, but I've sat in certain congregations and for a long time to realize that that particular pastor wasn't speaking the truth. But I couldn't fault him because he didn't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fault people for what they don't know. So that's one thing I want to tell y'all too. Like when you're going through life with your parents, with your peers, friends, anybody you're doing, any place you're going, right? Don't ever allow yourself, because see, frustration, upset, anger, and all that stuff as it relates to other people, when it comes to all of that anger and all that kind of stuff, right? A lot of times we get that as it relates to other people because we have an expectation of somebody that they don't even know that we have. Prime example, like say you get to know me really well. Oh, I know Mr. Jerome will do when I know you ain't haven't even talked to me yet though, right? Oh, I know Mr. Jerome. He'll come here. Whatever boom, 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 boom. Cause we like that. We tight. Yeah, we tight like that, right? But then you don't know what's going on in Mr. Jerome life because you ain't talked to me. Maybe I will. You know what I'm saying? But for this specific thing, maybe it's not feasible for me to do that. But you still haven't talked to me yet. So now, based on what you know of me, you have this expectation of me. So I'm gonna take it off of me and put it on your parents. You've been raised under your parents. You know your parents. Most kids, like women play on their daddy, boys play on their mama. Not that you wanna hurt them or nothing, it's just that you know where you're getting what you consider to be the most love, when in actuality, it's just giving you your way and spoiling you. It's not love, really, because love is tough sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, when you go to your parents, say, well, can you do this? Can you do that? And then they don't do it. Boom, you hit the roof. You know, you go, oh, man, F you and this and that. You go through all this stuff, right? You know why? Because you had an expectation of them that they knew nothing about, even though they're your parent. Each situation is different. You'll go through life because your parent has allowed you to do something all your life, and then you'll get to a certain point in your life and think you're going to do this thing again. All the time, every time you do something that your parent is disagreeing with, they're thinking, how can I eradicate this? How can I stop this behavior with them? How can I keep them from doing this with me? You know, and generally the answer is you got to change up and stick to it. Because I, as a parent, I was guilty of, saying, my son could do something or can't do something. And then when they get down to it, we laugh and happy, boom, I let him do it. Boom, I just messed him up. My youngest son, one I'm going to bring out here, he messed him up like that, man. I would give him stuff or tell him he couldn't do, then boom. But then now I got to a point where, no. And sometimes it'll hurt me to say no. Now it don't, because I know who I am, right? As far as a parent. So I would say, no, that's what it is. So when you have that expectation of somebody and it don't necessarily go in your favor, don't get upset with them. So think about that before you go to that person. If it's your peers, somebody in here, whoever it is, before you go to them with a question or concern or whatever it is, with an expectation for them to do something in your life that you haven't even talked to them about, and they say no, walk away. Don't get upset about it. Now, if I come to you and I say, woo, man, hey, let's, we talk about this, right? We get an agreement, we get an understanding, right? You said yes. That's what that came out of your mouth, because words to me is life. So I expect it to be everybody. When you say something, because I talked to y'all about the power of words, how powerful it is. If you say something, it is coming to pass. It's going to happen. We talk about it, and you all on board. We talk about it, cool, boom. You get me out of public, it's time for the showdown. All right, boom, I call on you to come on and do whatever, and then boom, oh man, I'm not doing that. I probably got a little legal right to get upset, don't I? Because you lied to me. You know what I'm saying? Picture that. Now God is almighty. He can do everything in your life. But what if he chose not to live up to all the words that he put in the Bible? Because there ain't no lies in the Bible. So what if you exercise something and it's a lie? It don't work. You find out it's really a lie. And a lot of people get what they call church hurt, because they go into a church, and instead of them getting in the Bible for themselves to really read it, because there is no lies in there, keep that in mind, they'll rely on the pastor. They'll look at the pastor and want to listen to him, and boom, let that be their light. No, the Bible said, study to show thyself approved, which means you get in that Bible, you understand it for what it really is, and then you apply it to your life. It don't matter what. I don't even bash different religions. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody in different religions call God what they want to call him. Now, I ain't gonna say they're all right. I'm just not gonna, I know what I stand for. So I ain't going to talk about other religions. I don't care. God's got many names. Different religions call him different names. I don't care what name you call him. Just call him. That's all you gotta do, just call him. Talk to him. You can talk to him right here where y'all at. And when y'all talk to him right here where y'all at, man, I'm just telling y'all. Yes, sir.
What religion is you?
I'm not non-denominational. I don't have a religion. I'm a Christian. So I'm not Buddhism, Islam. Now, I've heard some things from Islam that made sense. You know what I'm saying? As it relates to real stuff. Most people, when they go to jail, they succumb to Islam. A lot of people, they want to read it because it's a group thing, togetherness in prison. They buddy up, they posse up, And then when they get out, they be Muslim or whatever, So, again, one of my best friends is a Muslim, Yeah, but we don't talk religion, because I don't agree with his religion. He don't agree with mine. But what we do agree on is that we serve the same God. So I ain't got to go through nothing back and forth with him about religion, because, yeah, he knows we serve the same God, Another thing I want to tell y'all, man, is listen, and y'all gonna hear me talk about this a whole lot, because it is so vitally important. Your words mean a lot. Yeah, they do something. What you just said to me, that was big, that was powerful, because it works just like that. And the only way that it works, don't be walking through here laughing, and playing, and then you say something and it don't work because you done went back on it. When you say what you say out of your mouth, listen, that Bible says, speak to the mountain. You know what the mountain is? Anybody got an idea what the mountain is? Huh? No. Let me tell y'all. When it says speak to the mountain is whatever the thing is in your life that's hindering you.
What will hinder you?
Like, that's stopping you. It could be a disability. It could be a sickness. It could be a disease. It could be something that you want to happen and it's not happening for you. You know what I'm saying? And you know it's good. You know it's God's will. And when you pray also, you have to pray according to God's will. You pray according to his will. How do you know what his will is for your life? The only way you're going to know what his will is for your life, if you get in the book, you read it, and when you read it, that applies to you. Okay? All of y'all have a gift, all right, that y'all was born with. That gift will make you wealthy. Again, that gift will make you wealthy. God will call you into that gift, and you'll be living that gift, not knowing that you're actually living it. Guess what? I'm working in my gift right now. What I'm doing with y'all, this is my gift. That's my gift. But I'm multi-talented. See, I had a long time trying to figure that out. You know how you know what your gift is? So if y'all go through life trying to figure out, y'all praying, I don't know what my gift is. What is it that I'm good at? What am I gifted at? You know how y'all can find out real easy what your gift is? Sit down and think about. Your gift is the thing that you do the absolute best without the least amount of effort. Like it don't take you nothing. You just going about your day. You just do it naturally. You know, whatever it is, you just do it naturally, but you do it well. Sometimes you do it weller than the people that been to school and got all these degrees for it. Going to school, getting degrees. I'm not knocking school and degrees, but you know, there's people out there got more degrees than a thermometer. They ain't doing nothing. Work ain't working, at home, flat broke. Got a degree to say they can make $1 million, but you know why? That's because they going according to what man say. I'm not saying that your degree won't work for you, but you have to work it. Same thing with the word of God. You have to work it, and you have to work your gift. So if y'all want to know what your gift is, just sit down and figure out the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. You know what I'm saying? That's what your gift is. And I come in here to do a mind shift for y'all, to let y'all know that, hey, man, this thing called life is very complicated, and I can't stress it enough. Y'all have an opportunity to get out of here. How many of y'all been in here a couple times? 2 times? Couple times? You been a couple times? 3 times? Okay. What would you say one of your why you think you keep coming back or have kept coming back?
One, I just don't.
Talk up. I want you to talk a little loud.
One, I don't really listen.
Mm-hmm.
2, I be thinking what I'm doing is like
the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like.
No.
Like that.
Okay. You. What would you say that keep bringing you back?
What he said, I don't listen.
Okay.
And I'm doing like dumb stuff.
Okay. All right. I like that. Them real answers. Them real answers. You know, they're not to be criticized. They're real answers. I ask the questions because I like to get to the root of the thing. You know what I'm saying? You?
I ain't never been here more than once, but I feel like people come back because they follow us. They follow what other people do. They don't want to be themselves.
Come on, man. Come on.
They think just because somebody else doing it, it's the right thing to do.
Right.
But like you said, I feel like God got made a way for everybody to do something themselves.
Absolutely. So when you start to walk in your gift, check this out, this piece right here. When you start to walk in your gift, it's going to be some people that you love dearly. We talked about your homeboys, how he'll leave you. You in jail, he not. We talked about that last week, right? It's going to be some people you're going to have to leave. Because everybody came with you, can't go with you. So whoever your boys is, whomever that you showed enough love, oh, this is my ride or die. Now, I'm not saying that, yeah, I am. Yeah, everybody that came with you can't go with you. But there's some people that came with you that will go with you. Why do you think, like a lot of these rappers and stuff like that, they millionaires, which they can hire anybody, but they still got a lot of them still got the homeboys that they grew up with. Some of them, okay? And the ones that they grew up with, ain't all of them, because some of them couldn't come. because some of them still chose to stay on the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that had a desire to go, but just wasn't strong as he was to go, so they rather be a part of his entourage and still go with him, but they don't know. So they figure because listen, if you stick around the barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. Okay? Moral of that story, you stick around somebody that's doing something. You desire to be a millionaire, start hanging with millionaires. Start looking them up, talking to them. You know, if you can't hang with them, you can't be in their arena, start talking to them. You know, text them, talk to them, call them, or write them a letter. You know, tell them what your goals, your aspirations are. That's how you do. Because closed mouths ain't gonna get fed. Everybody in here got in here because they either made a wrong decision, directly or indirectly, right? Or they did what they call hit a lick trying to come up. Ain't no licks trying to come up if it's illegal, because eventually it'll catch up with you. You know why? Because God watching. If don't nobody even catch it on camera, God see it. So somebody, at some point, whoever you done got it off on, it's coming around. Just wait for your turn. Trust me, I don't care how much you try to camouflage, it's coming. Now, I do believe if you made a mistake or you did something you weren't supposed to do, and you have a genuine heart to not ever do that again, I do believe in my heart that it'll never come back on you, because you talk to God about it and you're genuine about it, because he realizes we do make mistakes. So when you make mistakes, then be persistent about not doing it again. Have a genuine heart to not do it again. Part of y'all thing probably too is maybe you wasn't listening, but again, hanging with the same people. When y'all get out of here, check this out. Evaluate why you're in here right now. Because when you leave out of here and you go back to the same habitat, same surroundings, you can be in the same surroundings. You can be in a surrounding, but not of that surrounding. Like, I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. Now, you know what I mean by that? You can be in the same surrounding that you came from, but you don't deal with the same people. Like, I'm in this world, I see everything going on, but I live my life on a supernatural level. I don't live on a natural level. I don't let people tell me no if it's something I'm going after. And I know I'm going at it right. No, the power of word trumps, the power of God trumps everything. So I ain't gonna go at nothing and don't get it. If I spend my time to go in there, I'm coming out with it. Like I spend my time to come in here, I came here for something. I'm going out with it. You know what that is? Y'all lives to be changed. So when y'all get back out there, y'all can do something different. Because that's going to be the first step when you leave out of here. The first step to you growing is getting out of the company of the same people you was in. One of my sons just got out a couple years ago. Straight and narrow, got his high school diploma while he's in there. I ain't finna sugarcoat this and tell y'all all my sons is on doing what they supposed to do. That'll be a lie. Because at the end of the day, children got their own mind. Now, they know not to disrespect me, because they know I'm not going for that. You know what I'm saying? So they stay away, the ones that don't want to do right, because they already know if we're going to be in daddy presence, we got to be on this, because that's all he on. I don't want to hear no negative talk there around me. We riding, doing whatever we got to do. Hey, man, I tell them, right, why they riding with me? Hey, man, I don't want to hear that. Because you're not going to put that in my spirit. So it's important what you let come to your spirit. When you're around people, they start talking negativity. They start talking, oh, man, let's go do this. Let's go put this lick down. Man, look, bro, I don't want to hear that. You go do that by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you, when you're doing it God's way, it might take a little longer. But when it comes, it's stuck, and can't no man on earth take it away. No entity, no nothing. When God do it, can't be stopped. I don't know if y'all believe it or not, but whatever situation y'all in here, whatever y'all facing with a case or whatever y'all facing right out here right now, I don't care, and I'm in the county. I don't care what the judge say. If you speak to King Jesus and he tell you that he gonna deliver you out of this situation, he gonna deliver you. Stand on that. I don't care how dark it look, because you talk to God and God told you that in your heart, and you know in your heart. You know how you feel something when you go at something, you know, I just know I can get this off. I'm going to do this. It's in your heart. That's what drove you to do everything you did to get here. Because it's in your heart. Out of the abundance of the heart, the man speak. And he's going to act. Because if it's in your heart, you can't hold it. You got to do it. You got to do it. This that I do, I have to do this. I got to do this. It's not for $1. Man, money is only a means of exchange to get what we want. There used to be a time back in the day, long ago, where they used to sacrifice chickens to get what they wanted. It wasn't money. It wasn't paper money. This paper money, it means nothing. So why kill somebody over it? It's paper money. It means nothing. When it come into the mint, it come in on a big old roll of some stuff, special paper that they made. I've visited the mint before. It comes in on a big old roll of paper, right? It's big old roll, about tall as this room, but it's a roll of paper. About maybe from that wall to about right here. That big, that tall, big old roll of paper. That's the money. But they put all these special markings and colors and all this different special ink and all this stuff in this paper because there's no other paper in the world like it. This paper I got, it ain't like that. You can't print money on that. That's how they know counterfeit money from real money. They can look at it, hold up in the light, boom. Every bill except for the dollar bills has a little mark. Did y'all know that? Every bill has a little mark in it. If you hold up, not a five, not the dollar bill, the fives should have it. I know the 10s, the 20s, hundreds, $1,000 bills, all of them got it, right? You hold it up to the light and look at it. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yeah. So you hold it up to the light and you look and it's a little bitty, you'll see a little bitty tag in there, a little mark, and it says $1,000 on it, but it's a little metal strip made inside the bill. That's another way they can tell if it's counterfeit. You know what I'm saying? So there's all kinds of ways they can tell. So this money come in the mint, it means nothing until they run it through this machine. They put this little number on it, whatever the number gonna be, and then they cut it into these rectangular shapes. Now they stack it. Now all of a sudden, it has value. To who? Man. Then people start killing over it. You ain't finna kill nobody over a big roll of paper, ain't got no numbers on it. What for? Right? You ain't finna even rob nobody for that. Rob them for what? It's worthless. You can tear a piece of that paper off and run to the store. It's money though, but you tear it off, run to the store. Yeah, let me get man, what is you tripping over? What's that? You know what I'm saying? And it could be the money that it's printed on. But once they get all in them shapes, we kill people. So I'm just trying to get y'all mind to think. Don't allow yourself to stoop so low as to take something from somebody or to do something to somebody because of that little green dollar. What y'all need to do more, rather than that, what's more valuable than the dollar, the only real currency is silver and gold in the world. You got rubies, diamonds, and all that, but silver and gold, that if I put a pallet of gold right here inside of a house, and I put a pallet of money in the house, set it on fire, everything in the house burned out. Which one of them pallets you think will be standing? Right, because gold, you can melt it down to a liquid. It'll melt all the way down to, it ain't gonna never evaporate. Water evaporate, but not gold. It'll evaporate. But guess what? I mean, water will, but gold, it's just gonna melt, and then when you let it cool off, it's gonna harden. It's a bar of gold. So it's gonna last. But paper money, anything that's tangible that'll burn and go away, it ain't worth nothing, man. Things, cars, all that stuff. I don't put no value on none of that stuff. I don't put no value on none of that stuff. I'm buying a Rolls Royce, but guess why I'm gonna buy it? Not so I can be out here kicking it, rolling in the streets and pulling up on my boys. The boys in the hood will never see it. Because I'm gonna have it parked somewhere down in my country land when I get it down in the barn. Because it ain't gonna be for that. When you get money, rather than taking it, saying what I can go out here and buy, little guy made an illustration 2 weeks ago. I was in there and I was telling him, because I came in, he's like, man, your fit is on, I said, yeah, well, I didn't spend, but I don't even think I got $150, $300 in the outfit I had. But I dress neat, decent, So I don't even think I got $150, $300. Little dude bust out in the back and said, oh, I spent more than that on my teeth. I spent $800. I said, shame on you. Because look at you. Look where you're sitting. Where's the teeth that you spent $800 on? Now, you made a good investment if they go, but where they at? Well, I don't. Right, exactly. So start thinking about what y'all do. When you take money, look at your money and start to make investments with it invest in something that's going to bring something back so that you can make it grow. Y'all at a good age right now. When you get out of here, you can start. Ain't no early age. Man, they got 12-year-old millionaires. Y'all have something that we didn't have coming up. You know, John, when we was coming up, we didn't have, internet. They didn't have, I'm telling you, all this stuff here, even the cell phone, this deal right here, man, we didn't have this stuff coming up. We had to stop. They had all these pay phones like they got in the prisons right now. They got these pay phones that you got to go and put some money in and hopefully you can call somebody. They didn't have nothing accessible like this. The world's speeding up. It's doing stuff every day. And it's more and more computerized because that's what the world's coming to, computers and robotics. That's what it is. We're already there. AI is already here. You can buy a robot out of Tokyo that'll do everything you want it to do in your house. Everything. They buying all kinds of stuff. They doing all kinds of stuff. So y'all have the wealth of the world at y'all fingertips. When y'all on these computers, instead of getting on there, going on YouTube, trying to see what's the latest street fight, or what's the latest this, or who the hottest rapper, man, he doing his thing, and half the time they lying. Most of them ain't even rapping about what they done did, man. It's a couple of them out here that I know when I was coming up that rapped about what really happened in their life. You know, Tupac, Boosie, you know, them dudes, they talked about, they didn't always use the right language, but they talked about what was actually happening. So they, and I don't know if y'all knew, but Tupac, dude, was super smart about political issues. Anything had to go on, he was super smart. Guess what he did, though? He made dumb decisions. You're a millionaire. What did you try? I wouldn't be associating myself. Not that I think I'm better than you, but why put yourself in the arena? I couldn't understand, because I used to always say, when I get rich, man, I ain't finna be, I'm still be in the hood with my boys. That's a lie. When I get my check, I'm gone. Y'all heard that on TV, right? I'm gone, and I'm going somewhere else. Because you have to put yourself in an arena where the people that's doing what you're doing, because now you don't be a target. That's why rich people move where rich people are. For years, I thought, oh, they just being bougie. They get their money now and forget their hood, but you can't live in the hood. As much as you might want to, you can't. I ain't gonna live in the hood, but I'm sure coming to save the hood. I'm gonna do that because I came from it and I know how hard it is to get up out of it. I know what y'all faced as young men. I know what y'all facing every day. It ain't easy. And a lot of parents don't understand. Like, I want the opportunity to come out here and talk to the parents because I need them to understand y'all. Because a lot of parents don't understand you all, so you act out because your parents not paying attention to what you're trying to tell them, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
You're trying to talk and get something over to your parent, but they're not listening. My son used to always tell me, Dad, you don't understand, man. You don't get it. I'm like, where's the get? You just do this and do that, you got it. It ain't that way. When we were growing up, it was different. Life wasn't like it was. Like right now, y'all generation, man, y'all have no value on human life. I'm not talking about y'all in here, but I'm just saying, of this age, this era, have no regard for human life. They got 14-year-olds that kill you over whatever, man. Just because they want your car, they're not looking at the what's going to come behind it, the consequences that's coming with it. They don't look at that. They just look at what they want, how they want it, because they're in a 14-year-old mind state and they don't have anybody to groom them and tell them. Like, I don't feel no kind of way about my sons now doing whatever, feeling, thinking, whatever they do, because I know as a dad, I put into their life like I was supposed to. It's not my fault that they chose to go and do something else. Because for years, I wouldn't step out on this gift that God gave me to talk to y'all because I had kids that was tripping. They was in the system. They was this. Every time I say something, oh, they respect me in my face, but they go over here and do something else. You know? I'm pouring into my sons, doing what I can do. They all came to live with me. Then I'm talking to them, creating business. Listen, I need you to get your mind on because I want you to start learning how to run this business so you can get and do your own thing. You know, they in my crib chilling one day. They get up early in the morning. They never got up early. They up late playing games or smoking weed or whatever they was doing. You know what I'm saying? They get up in the morning and then they go walk off. I got cameras all around my house, so I can see every angle of my house. Anytime you pull up, I can see down the street, wherever, behind my house, see everything in my house from my bedroom. Every time something move on my camera, it ding. Even if I'm asleep, I can turn over and look at it. In my sleep, right? So it ding. I look over. I tell my wife, I say, babe. I tell her, I say, look, we looking at the kids walking down the street. She was like, where are they going this morning? Like 6 in the morning. They ain't got no job. Ain't nothing open. Where you going? You know what I'm saying? So they gone, doing their thing. They come back. By the time wife went to work, they come home. By this time, I done got up out the bed, walking around the house. These ninjas in there cooking, cleaning up the house. They doing everything that yeah, I'm telling you, I got to tell you that, but they doing everything, clean up the house that they supposed to not, that they're not supposed to do. But I mean, that I would never notice them to do, you know what I'm saying? So they did this, and I'm like, oh, okay. So as a result, I had to let them do them. You know what I'm saying? That's from a parent standpoint because I did what I was supposed to do. So I beat up on myself for a situation even like that. Beat up on myself because I thought that I wasn't doing the right thing. But see, parents sometimes reach a point where they know that they are doing the right thing. But also the other piece to that, before we make sound decisions as parents, we also have a responsibility to listen to you all. Because half of your parents, had they would have just kind of maybe sat down and listened and kind of helped you and steered you in a certain way, maybe you might not be here today. So I'm not going to fault your parents, but what I am going to say is there's some responsibility on both parts, your part and your parents' part. So what you have to do is be open-minded enough to trust your parent when they tell you something. Sometimes we want to go do something, and it's in our heart to just go do it. I'm just going to mess up. I'm going to go do it because I want to do it. I'm going to make this decision, whatever, because you think it's fun. Not knowing, because you don't even know the trouble to get you in. That's the purpose of having a parent, because they done live to be your age. They can tell you what the trouble's coming behind that. You're blessed to have a parent. It's a lot of them born and raised with no parent that don't even have that guidance. But if you got a parent trying to tell you, Billy, look, don't go down that road. This is waiting for you. Listen. It ain't going to kill you no kind of way not to do it. But it might take your life to do it. If you don't do it and find out she was wrong and it was a good thing, then okay, don't do it then. But when they talking, just listen. I'm not going to say parents are always right either, because they not. I ain't always been right. Sometimes I said something to my kids because I want it right now like I want it. Not listening to them. So they chose to go do something else. So that time is important. You got to go to that parent and say, listen, I need your time. I need to talk to you. I need you to talk to me. I need you to teach me something. I need to learn this. So it's people, man, like I say, I've learned it could be brothers, fathers, mothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts. If they ain't for you, they're against you. Anybody that's for you, that want to see you win, they not only want to see you win, they're going to help you win. If they really for you, they're going to help you win. Trust me. And vice versa, as you should them. You should want to see them win. If they care enough about your life, because they don't have to care about your life. They can go on somewhere else and be something and do something else. But if they care enough to see you win, care enough to open your mind and say, hey, let me do what I can do to help them. So don't always think about money. Don't let money be the end result. Y'all are young enough where y'all can invest time into your gift, and then your gift will start to make room for you. And when it makes room for you, what that means, make room for you, is your gift will start to prosper you. Your gift will start bringing money, and you can't turn it off. That's what you call building wealth. You can go out and hit the lottery and burn it up in 2 weeks. Because you ain't did nothing with it, you ain't learned nothing. But when you create something, content or something you give to somebody that's pouring in your life, then you want to hear that. When I first came through this door, y'all was looking like, what this dude on? What do you want? What are you out here for? Oh, it's somebody else. But now y'all understand there's value here. There's somebody that really care about y'all. So y'all interested. Y'all interested in listening. Y'all will come every week because you want to hear, what do you got to say this week? What are you going to say next week? As I get phone calls now, still now, I got pastors, bishops. I ain't even a pastor yet. I'm a member of clergy, but I'm not a pastor yet. like ordained pastor. But I still go and talk to the prison. I talk to people, you know. But I got pastors that call me for advice. These are pastors been up 20, 30 years older than me. They're calling me for advice now. Who you think did that? And I used to be in these streets. That's it. Because, man, I would have never dreamed in a million years if it was up to me that I'd be out here talking to y'all. I would have never dreamed in a million years. I used to be the type of guy, I wouldn't drive through Jennings, because most of us did coming up, because Jennings was like something else going there. It still is, but I wouldn't even drive through certain police areas because I was black. I wouldn't, be in certain company, a certain cop. Oh, let alone carry a gun on my side. Oh man, no, that was death right there. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen all the videos. It's not what you do; it's how you do what you do. I don't promote guns. I'm not gonna promote guns. Make sure we got that. I'm not promoting it, but in my line of business, I have to carry one. I have to carry one because I was in a situation before where I bought a house, and I go in this house, and there were some squatters in there. Y'all know what squatters is? Okay, there were some squatters in the house, and they pulled a gun on me, had me at gunpoint. This is my house. I'm going there to find out who in the house so I can get them out, so I can start putting it together, put it up for rent. They pulled a gun on me. There's 3 of them in the house. Made me sit down. Take your clothes off. Well, wait a minute, what y'all finna do? Take your clothes off for what? There's 3 dudes in the house. I'm taking my clothes off for, No, I'm not doing that. Ultimately, I did, but, down to my underwear, of course. I ain't get all, but I'm sitting, and they held me in this house about 30 minutes. And the dude that had the gun just looked off just for a second. I was sitting right by the front door. I ran out the door in my underwear. Gone. Trying to save my life. He come to the door popping at me. Boom, boom. It's my own house. I had to get the police to go and clear that house out. It took me like 5 months to get a hold of my house so I can do something with it. I got money on the line, so I'm trying to get it together. So that's just more so to give you a quick synopsis of why I do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for everybody. It ain't for you to run around because you got a gun on your side, make you look tough, all that kind of stuff. They're pretty much letting anybody get guns, which is ludicrous, I think, but still, they are, But imagine living in a place where guns ain't even permitted. Over in Dubai, you can't even wear a gun. Nobody can have a gun on. You better not get caught one in your house in Dubai. Police got guns, they don't even carry them over there. Imagine that, living somewhere where there is no guns. And guess what? The crime over there is like 0. Because when you get a gun, it puts you in a different frame of mind. You think you rule the world. You can do this, you can do that. It takes a special kind of somebody to be qualified to wear a gun on their side and then still have a humble attitude.
People treat guns like they're equalizers.
They do. So like when I carry for the sake of protection if it comes to, and then even when it comes to that, I'm not quick to pull my gun out. I'm not. I do everything I can to not do that because that's not what the purpose is. I'm just leveling up. When computers come, you got to learn computers so if you want to stay in the race, and that's all I have to do. I'm just trying to stay in the race, make sure they go, because I want to go home to my wife every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's my deal. So again, not promoting that. I'm just getting y'all a quick synopsis of just telling y'all me. And the reason I do that, I go back into stories with me because I need y'all to know, man, y'all talking to an imperfect soldier for Christ. That's what I am. I'm an imperfect soldier for Christ. I don't profess to be perfect. I don't profess to be all that in a bag of chips like I ain't never had nothing. You get in front of some pastors, they don't even want to even tell you about their life. They up there, they're talking to you, trying to tell you how to live your life, counseling you, and they going through pure hell in their house. Tell you what they doing, this, that, and the other, then get out in the car, him and the wife having an argument on the way off the church lot. But he just talked to you and minister to you, tell you how to live your life. So I don't make it a point of bringing anything in here to talk to you all about that I ain't experienced or that I don't know about. I'm not going to put nothing on y'all that I don't know. No 2 ways about it, man. And so anything that I tell y'all can take it to the bank. Believe that. Because I ain't going to bring you no lies. I don't owe you no lies. I'm doing this for free, man. I don't owe y'all no lies. I ask God to make me a blessing so that I can be a blessing, so I can teach y'all how not to go the way I went and get so deep in it. I got deep, man. I got deep, man. And for me to stand here today and be able to talk to y'all and tell y'all almost make me want to cry, bro, because I know where I come from. I know me. I know where I was. I was born and raised in Wellston, right here, not too far from here. At that time, one of the worst places to grow up in. They were killing people like 40 going north out there. It takes a special kind of person to come up out of that. And what I mean special, I mean being able to listen to the voice of God and really live that life, man. It's hard, man, when you coming up and around your peers, you want to be cool with your boys. Listen, forget that being cool with your boys. Forget you trying to be cool with your boy, and I'm trying to look straight and cool to him. For what? What is it going to profit you? You're going to have haters if you do. You're going to have haters if you don't. So you might as well do. I don't care what you're doing. You're going to have some haters. I got some right now on Facebook. I know I do. They ain't going to say nothing to me publicly on Facebook because they know who I used to be. But little do they know is I'm not him anymore. Because I ain't exercising no violence. I'm not exercising coming at nobody. And I'm going to protect myself because even the angels in the Bible, they weren't no punks. They was guys, you know, they was them guys. How else they going to ward off evil spirits? You know, all the disciples were none of them saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. None of them. All of the disciples. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You get that Bible, start reading about them disciples in their life. Matthew, the book of Matthew. Matthew was a tax collector. He was crooked in a $3 bill. He was taxing you for broke. What's your fingernail broke, man? Let's see there. Yeah, that's all $50. I'm saying Matthew was a trip. You know what I'm saying? But because he was a tax collector, he got it. Jesus walked up on him and said, hey, man, what you doing? I need you to shut your business down and follow me. By the way, get a book so you can read. You can write this book. He wrote the book of Matthew. Y'all want to know how stuff really works in your life? Get in the book of Acts. Read the book of Acts. The book of Acts tell you about these miracles I'm telling y'all about. When you talk about miracles and stand on them, they happen, man. I'm telling y'all what I'm living. Please get this. Please get this. I'm telling y'all I'm living this. Y'all looking at a living specimen in front of you. This ain't nothing I put in no book, which is going to be. But what I'm telling you guys, it is evident in my life. I got people I can go and bring in here, and I can sit in the corner, and they're going to tell y'all the same thing about my life back then. How I got out of it was only by the grace of God. I went through a divorce that should have killed me, according to the world. But God saw something different in me because I trusted him. I went through one of the worst, what I thought was like my end of my life, divorces. Imagine making $360,000 from home, legally, not selling drugs, not doing crime, selling guns, nothing. I had 3 daycares. I had a pressure washing service. I told y'all about the mobile pressure washing that I started. I had that, 3 daycares, and I had all kinds of other stuff going on business-wise. So I made $300,000 sitting at home. Imagine going from that to starting to go through the worst divorce in your life to making $1,000 a month that the state giving you when they feel like it, $800 in food stamps, 5 kids in 3 houses. How you gonna pay the bills in there with $1,000 and feed these kids, even with $800 a month? Y'all know about the Dub, right? I lived down there through that divorce, man, on Ober and 20th. Ober and Blair, 20th, right up the street. Oh man, I thought Wellston was bad. When I was there, woo! Yeah, DeSoto, all of them streets. Oh man, I lived over there. But guess what? I was in the neighborhood, but I wasn't of the neighborhood because of how I carried myself. I didn't disrespect people. I didn't allow people to disrespect me. My kids ran over there like we lived in Ladue. I left my cars unlocked. They didn't touch my cars. It wasn't because I walked because I was bad, but I prayed because I knew this. I knew where I was. That was one of the houses I got out of my divorce. I knew where I was going to live. I didn't know how I was going to live in that environment. Didn't have no money to do, man. $1,000. It was gone by the time it was a vapor. As soon as I got it, but I got these 5 kids I'm looking at. I got these houses I'm looking at. I got these bills I'm looking at. No car. I had 3 limousines. They got burnt up. One of them. I had a Lexus. It got burnt up. All this in the divorce. This stuff going on. Pure hell.
Why did you get burnt up?
Because the person that was involved in this whole trio did that. Okay? Hating on me. Wanting my wife. Wanting my life. Okay? So I went through all of that. Wonder how I'm going to make it. Now I prayed to God. God said, don't you make an event. I had every right to go do whatever was on my mind at that time, I thought. But I didn't. I sat down, even though I was hurting, even though I didn't have one, looking at my kids. I'm in the backyard. My right-handed guy, my baby boy, going to test that. When he come out here, he going to talk about it. Because he lived it with me. He was 5. When I left her, they gave me the kids. And gave her all the daycares, the money, everything. I got the kids. I asked for them, but they gave me what I asked for. But I'm flat broke. She's still getting money. Imagine doing that 8 years straight to $1,000 a month, then you still ain't making ends meet. You know what I'm saying? All the $800 in food stamps, it's gone. That's gone. We in the backyard with got an old piece of truck. I'm getting refrigerators, furnaces, taking the motors out of them, and I got my kids out here helping me take these things off so we can go scrap them and get some money. So I can get $15 for a pizza, bro. I live this. My right-handed guy, bro. That went down in my life. I'm living that type of life, wondering how I'm going to come up out of it. If that ain't enough to drive me to go do some crime, what? You got 5 kids looking at you every day? That's enough to make you say, I'm finna put a move down. But you know what? It wasn't worth the sacrifice to me. You know what the sacrifice would have been? My life and my freedom. Because I knew, even though I didn't have money out there, I told y'all, when you come here, you broke. But when you out there, you rich. Even if you ain't got no money, because you got the power of thought. You got the power of your mind. See, the devil gonna suggest things to you all day long. When he suggests something to you that you know ain't right because you didn't want to do right, rebuke that thought, bro. And go on plant a good seed in the ground. A good seed means doing something. Do something good for somebody. Because when you do something good, when you do something bad, now you don't know if the police coming, what's finna happen, if I'm finna go back to juvenile, what's gonna happen in my life. You don't know that. But when you plant a seed and do something right for somebody without money, without expectation, then guess what? It's coming back. And all you got to do is sit back and reap. Just wait. Believe that God going to send it, and he going to send it in a speedy way. And you don't know how it's going to come, but it's coming good. I went through all of that. Then, when I started somewhat working a little bit, you know, somebody gave me a car. It was an old wreck Cadillac, the whole side of it, right? To get in the drive, the passenger side. Closed the door, raggedy, I don't know, parking in the backyard, so nobody see me driving it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to jobs, get a job in a suit, and I put this Cadillac, the whole driver's side wiped out. I parked this sucker up against the wall, jumped out the passenger side like it's clean. You know, it's clean on that side. You know, so I get out, go in there trying to get a little jobs and all that stuff. And then I went from that and just believe God and just believe God. But now in believing God, that don't mean pray to God, believe in your heart, and go sit in a corner. No. You believe God, you pray to him, and then as you pray to him, you go and move on what you're supposed to move on. I'm going to get to something. I want to challenge all y'all to do this because I think my time's going to be up here in a minute. But I want all y'all to do this. You can start with a piece of paper. It ain't got to be nothing this big. This is what I want y'all to do. Check this out. I went from that money thing, from making no money, right? No money, to believe in God, moving on it, doing what he said to do. It's little steps. Even when you're trying to start a business, it's little steps you can do. You can make a phone call to somebody. Hey, sir, how do I do this? He tell you how to do it. Now you start putting the steps together how to do it. Start moving. Y'all ain't got no time, bro. Even though y'all young, y'all have no time to be tripping. This life, it's a vapor. It's short. You have no time to be out here tripping. Y'all need to get on y'all grind right now in a positive way and go ahead and go to the top. Y'all can start investing. I can show y'all how to start investing right now. By the time y'all get 20, man, y'all be straight. Even at your age. 2022, oh, you be straight. This right here, let me turn it. I got it upside down. This is my vision board right here. This is what I want y'all to do. I'm gonna bring this a little closer. This is what I want y'all to do. This is my vision board right here, okay? Get you a piece of paper. It ain't got to be this big, but it can. This is the vision board, right? So you look at it, see all these things on here? These are things that I wrote down that I want to come to pass in my life. A lot of it, I've already achieved it. So I really need to go, because this is all, I just snatched it out of my office today to bring it. But I got to go through this, and I need some new ones now, because see, I got, most of the stuff on here I got going already. So I need to strip this down and put some new visions on here, because don't never stop dreaming. Even though you conquer what's on your vision board, don't stop dreaming. If you got that $1 million property, take it off and put something else there. I'm believing God, bro, for a Learjet. Them $1 million jets, I'm going to get one. You know why? Because I have to have it. I'm going throughout the world to eradicate this poverty demand and make sure kids like y'all will have and be able to do and have the opportunity to talk to people like me that's not only going to talk to y'all, but I'm going to sow it into your life. I asked God to make me a billionaire so I can come in here. You got an idea. You want to do X, Y, Z, right? Man, come on. Let me show you how to do this. How much money you need to get it going? Boom, let's do it. I ain't necessarily got to be a partner in what you do, because guess what? I got the best partner in the world. Because if I do for you, he going to do it for me. He's continually doing it for me. This right here, this is dropping the bucket. You know how much these is? They're $500,000 a piece. I'm going to get the blue and gray one and the white one. Them $500,000 each. I'm going to get both of them. Not because I want to high cap and ride through the hood. And y'all heard the song, Little Baby Ride my Rolls Royce through the hood, right? Nope. The hood ain't going to never see it. I'm putting it up for rent. It's going on Toro. I already got a plan for it. I'm not going to spend $500,000 and then I'm $500,000 short in my stack. I'm going to spend that $500,000 and I'm going to take that because see, people get bent out of shape. Oh, man, I don't want nobody riding my Rolls. I don't care about that. This is a hunk of metal, dog. This is nothing. It's a car. Just like a little cheap Pinto you can go buy, it's a car. It's the same type of metal, they just bend it different. The everyday driver, that's the humble part. These are Rolls Royces, right? My everyday driver gonna be like a little Toyota or something. Like I drive a Ram right now. That's probably gonna be my daily driver. The everyday driver, that Toyota, that's for my wife, where she could drive, because she want that Aston Martin. She don't have that. That's my queen. She's supposed to have that. God gave her to me. And don't y'all ever, as young men, because the system trying hard to take y'all out the house, because the devil don't want the man to get it. Y'all the seed. Y'all the ones that are the seed givers. A woman can't make a baby without a man. She may not have to have sex with him. She can go artificial insemination, but she still needs your seed to make the baby. That's why the man is the most important. That's why the man is first. It's God, the man, the wife, then the kids. That's the order. So you have to, as the man, protect the seed, them seeds down here. Because this seed can birth, can send people out. You can give a woman your seed, but it can birth twins, triplets, quadruplets, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Quintuplets, whatever. It can produce. If you put a seed in the ground, you put one watermelon seed in the ground, you're going to get watermelons. You put a grapevine in the ground, you're going to get a grapevine. So seeds produce supernaturally in abundance. That's why the devil trying to steal y'all life. That's why y'all here. Because he's trying, all these men he got sitting here now, if he can put y'all under where y'all got life imprisonment, guess what? Y'all off the street. Y'all ain't no threat to the devil no more. He can't do nothing with y'all. Y'all ain't finna produce nothing. He got y'all off the street. He trying to kill every man he can to keep y'all from producing. The black man, more in general, they trying to keep you out the household. You know why? Because the black men get together like any other race. The Jews, they're probably the strongest race in the world. But if black men get together, all men, I say, but I'm saying from the black perspective, I'm not taking anything away from you guys, okay? Please know that, because you're included in what I'm saying. But if you get together, then listen, you're powerful. They know that. So they start to get you right now. That's why they got a place called juvenile. They get you right now. If they can get you now, or they got you. They got you. If they can get you, they got you out the house already. Like it's men right now. That's why some of y'all probably ended up in trouble, because maybe your dad wasn't in the house. Am I right? Is some of y'all here that your dad wasn't in the house? Or for some reason he ended up not in the house? Okay. Prime example. You don't live with him though, right? But your mom and him not together like together, right? So that's why God got a woman and a man in the house, because you need that nurturing from your mom and you need that strong part from your dad. That king side, you need that. I need y'all to all walk out of here today and know that you are kings. You are all kings. God made you as a king. God is in here. He's in you. You are him. He's in you. All you got to do is call him out. And it's the Father in you that do the work. It's not you. You speak about it. You don't say nothing else. I don't care if you sick, whatever going on in your life, don't you say nothing else when you pray and ask God to remove the thing, because he said it is already done. 1 Peter 2:24 says, according to 1 Peter 2:24, it says that God had already, he pretty much already paid for our sins on the cross when he went to the cross. So we've been healed way back then. All we got to do is call it. We talked about the analogy of calling spot, right? That's it. That's calling faith. That's calling things as though they already are. Yes, sir.
I read the Bible. It said God got a handful of soy and blew life into it and made him.
Come on, man. That's for real. That's straight. You might need to impart that to them, but that's straight. That's for real. And it's real life, man. This stuff here is not far-fetched, man. This is something. Y'all can achieve this. So first of all, I want y'all to sit down. I'm finna give y'all a plan. I want to give y'all some homework because I'll be back next week. I'm going to come every week till I know y'all got it. Till I start seeing some results and y'all start coming to me, Mr. McCoy, look what I did this week. Till y'all start walking in here with some paperwork or something y'all done did throughout the week that y'all can show me to let me know that y'all appreciate the time that I'm giving you to get it right. So can we go on this journey together? So, first of all, ask God what your gift is, right? He'll reveal it, but furthermore, it's the thing that you do the best without the least amount of effort, right? With the least amount of effort. So that means whatever it is that I don't care if you draw, if you blow bubbles bigger than anybody, I don't know. Whatever it is, it can make you rich, whatever it is. So whatever your gift is, you start to walk in that. Start giving more time to that. If it's writing, if it's reading, if it's rapping, you have the power to articulate your words well. You know how to rap. Get that out there. Start rapping about something that's positive, that's going. Don't be out rapping about all this stuff in the street and killing and all that, because video games and rapping get most of the black kids get their mind to where they want to go out and do some stuff. I want y'all to start thinking about back up here, I want y'all to start thinking more on a positive level. You know what I'm saying? Start thinking about what you can do versus what you can't do. You already know what you can't do because you haven't done it. And so far, all y'all success rate of all the hard times y'all done been through is 100%. Let me tell you how I know that. Because y'all sitting here today. Y'all still living. So what y'all done been through is 100% success rate. Y'all made it. Y'all here? This is just a stumbling stone. You'll get over this. So I want y'all to hone into your gift. It's the thing you do the best with the least amount of effort, that you do the best. I don't care if it's cooking food, whatever it is that you do well, start to give that time and watch God open it up. Because I've been doing this well all my life and never thought that God would have me speaking to people all over. Never thought he'd send me into the prison that I was scared to go into. Man, I used to get children walking into prison somewhere and they're going to lock the door and I'm in there. But that's the thing, all the stuff I done did. And did they find me and they just tricking me in here? You know what I'm saying? I don't have them thoughts because I know where I am. I know I'm living the right life. So when I walk into prison, I go, they can leave me in there 5 days with the prison. I'm sitting there and talk to them. We're going to jam and we're going to go ahead and move. Okay? So then I want y'all to get a piece of paper. It ain't got to be this big. It can be a piece of paper this big and start writing on there what y'all want. But a vision board, the reason they call it a vision board, because you see all these things I got on here, visions. You get books that you can cut out of. This here, big time real estate, all of this stuff. Speaking in the kids' life. Where am I at? Where am I at? I'm speaking in y'all life. That's already fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff on here I'm going to do it today when I get back home.
It's an old vision board?
Well, probably about back in 20 I had this year, but I got 2 or 3 of them. But this is just one I wanted to bring y'all, show y'all. But
First one you made?
yeah, this one came in 20. The very first one I made.
Got a vision board in my book.
You do? Man, that's great.
Got like 70 different things.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And think about it then. If y'all want to further get challenged, get a notepad And I don't care how simple it sounds or whatever, get a notepad, and I want y'all to come up with however long it take y'all. It ain't got to be by next week. It can be 5 months. Write 300 things that y'all want God to do in y'all life. You doing that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wait, weren't you the one that said that?
Nope.
That was Sierra.
That was me.
Yeah.
Sierra showed me that.
Write 300 things down that you want God to do in your life. So if you getting this again from me and I ain't ever talked to her, that's confirmation you should be doing.
Like 36.
You on number 36?
Yeah, I'm right on that.
Yeah, and sometimes you get about 30, 40, 50, sometimes maybe 100, 150, and you're going to get brain fog. Man, what else can I ask God for? I don't care what it is. Ask him. Put it on paper. Then when you get it all on paper, 300 things, pray over it. Forget about it. God going to start unfolding. You're going to start, things going to start happening in your life that, man, I didn't even know that that's happening already. Show y'all one more thing because I know my time is up, right? That's that, right? Check this out. I talked to y'all about a hippotherapy wrench that I'm going to do for children with autism. Now I'm finna show y'all how the power of God. This date on here, 9/12/21, right? God had me draw this. I got the vision way before then. The vision is in here. You write the vision. Habakkuk 2:2 said, write the vision and make it plain, right? That means your tongue is the pen of a ready writer. That's what the Bible speaks about. It's talking about your tongue. That's the pen. You're writing the vision by what you say. And then you put it on paper, and God will start to make it unfold. He showed me this ranch back in 2020. But he released me to draw it on paper in 21. 22 and 23 is starting to unfold. Check this out. This is what God gave me to do. You see what I got it on, right? I don't care. You can write it on whatever. This house, God had me draw this house. Guess what? I walked through that house before I knew. God had showed me the house a year before I found it online. My wife found it. We went and looked through it. By the time I got home that night, I didn't know that that was the house that we walked through that next day with the wraparound deck, 5-bedroom, everything in the house placed just like God had me to put it. It was in that real house when I went down there. The helicopter pad, all of that is on this land, bro. It's in dirt, but it's on there. But I'm going to have a concrete one made there. And I have a jet to go get the kids, pick them up. These are children with autism, all type of disabilities. That's what's going to come to this land. Huh?
Like that too?
Everything that you see. This the only thing that ain't on here. These are villas. These are little villas, like little things that people can come up and rent if they want. Just they want to write a book, some solitude. They want to get away from the city. They come up. They can sit around the lake.
Like the Ozarks or something like that?
Yeah. And this here is the hippotherapy ranch. This is where we're going to serve as the kids at. This is the horse stable right here where the horses will be housed. This is an arena where we're going to do barrel racing. We're going to do horse auctions. This is where kids will get their therapy at. They can get their therapy on the outside arena if it's a sunny day. This is where their saddle's going to be. This is where we're going to wash the horses. And over here, I'm going to have an empowerment center because I'm going to have people like myself come from around the world talking while those kids are there. And we're going to come into these prisons and bring y'all the real deal from a lot of these other people that I'm going to be in contact with. So that's what that is. It got a green room on there. So when I got stars that come, that green room got a bathroom in it, little kitchen area, bed, you know, where they need to relax, get their mind together. This is a vision he gave me. Guess what? It's happening. It's going down now. I ain't finished, but it's going down. It's happening in my life right now. This starting to unfold right now. As I talk to y'all, it's unfolding. This one I'm going to give y'all. This is mine. These are my affirmations. You can look on there. If any of these affirmations go along with what you're already thinking, keep it. If not, scratch that one out and put your own affirmation on there. Affirmations is simply what you want God to do in your life on a daily basis. I want y'all to read these before you go to sleep. I want you to read them when you wake up every day. Every day, before you go to sleep, I want you to read that. When you wake up now, some of it ain't gonna apply to y'all, like y'all don't have no wife and all that stuff, but y'all can see the stuff on there that don't apply to y'all. So whatever don't apply to y'all, then, don't worry about it. Just put something in there that you thinking about that's you. And if the whole thing is different, let it be different. I love y'all, man. I'm going to see y'all next week, all right?